Welcome everyone. This is Heavyweight News. I'm Alfie and I'm joined with Jay Carrigan Mcfarlane, otherwise known as the Ghost. Jay's on the train again. It's kind of an ongoing joke that he loves travelling on the old trains. How are you doing, mate?
I'm fucking brand new, mate. I'm great. New lease of life. I'm feeling fresh, feeling sober. But I tell you what, I'm not feeling sober. I'm feeling high on life.
Good, mate. That's always good to hear. I obviously, you probably notice, I always keep up to date with your stories. I know you like to get your followers asking you lots of questions. It always has me curious and has me smiling, mate. So I appreciate that. What's the latest with you, Jay? What's the latest with you? What are you doing boxing wise? I know you've got a fight. I think you might have let the cat out the bag earlier than you should.
I never announced anything. By the time this comes out, mate, it'll be done. I'm fighting. So because of this case, a Kazakh is 13-0, 12 knockouts. Pending IBF approval will be for the IBF European title.
Which is obviously great. That's what you're after, isn't it? I mean, I know your profile's been getting a lot bigger recently. I know you obviously had the links to Dave Allen, which I think was a great time for you. And you were obviously, you know, from your fights and the Ultimate Boxer, and even from such a young age, fighting at Madison Square Garden was obviously a big deal for you. So how's that been going for you? How's it been going, the fact that you have got a lot bigger, a lot quicker, and hopefully them doors are opening for you?
Yeah, so right the day of this, the fight that they have been offered that I've not announced and that nobody knows what it is because I've not posted any pictures of it. I got offered a different fight which I had taken. I'm not allowed to say what the fight was, but it was a very, very high profile. I'm not allowed to say who it was, but it was in the last behind closed doors Box Nation show.
Okay, got you. And you didn't take that fight, you said, Jay. You didn't take the other one.
No. I took it as to be the reserve, but they offered me this one, and I thought, I've got more of a chance against this guy than, and I've got more time to prepare for it and stuff, and I feel comfortable fighting a south puncher. So I took this one, but my profile's definitely been raised over the past year with Ultimate Boxer, with just being in the limelight with different things. Of course, obviously been down with Dave Allen and stuff. My name's getting thrown about a lot. You know?
Definitely. You're hopefully going to get offered them big fights. I'd certainly love to see you in some of them big fights on the big screen again soon, mate. So I'm really looking forward to that. Training more now. You're obviously taking it a little bit more seriously than you were sort of saying you did before. What have you changed now? What are you actually changing in regards to your build up to fights, and what is it really that's going to get you over that mark?
I'm not going out and partying for 3-4 days. I think I'm the only person that the lockdown has helped. But I'm just I'm loving. I need to thank Dave a lot for that as well, because when he took me down there and kept me off all the shit, do you know what I mean? He kept me away from everything, and yeah, my life's completely changed. I'm just living so much healthier, so much cleaner, and I'm training. Do you know, I'm eating well too. I'm eating really well at the minute, because you can't out-train a bad diet, you know.
No, and I know you're a bit of a chef as well, aren't you? I've seen some of your stories, mate.
I've made Ned a steady cook. I love it.
Mate,
I'm proper good chef. I might see when I started kind of getting a bit of a name and stuff, people would ask me, how did I know your face? And I used to tell them I was Junior MasterChef champion. And
I think I saw that. I might have fell for that because I actually thought it was true.
A lot of people do. I just tell people that I won Junior MasterChef. Obviously, never. But
I genuinely believed that you did, because I fell for it as well. Because I thought, oh, that's another thing he does. Good on him, mate.
I had somebody interview me before and say, well, what about MasterChef? And do you know the best thing was, they said, what about MasterChef? I seen you on that.
Oh, you're joking. See, I didn't make that mistake. I didn't make that mistake.
And I was like, I was never on MasterChef. It was a joke. The only one everybody falls for the Matchroom posters as well.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I think at one point I did as well. Keep everyone guessing, mate. I think that's a good thing. Do you still talk to Dave Allen and the team? Or have you kind of cut? Yeah, you still talk and you could get down there and get some sparring in and so forth.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully, he's training with Jamie Moore and stuff now, so I don't know what his plans are. But nobody fell out. Do you know what I mean? Nobody ended in bad terms. It was just the case of the lockdown happening and stuff, and he's about to train with Jamie Moore, and I'm just continuing my life up here, you know.
Mate, yeah. Because I know you were in Doncaster, weren't you? And I know I think you were involved in a stabbing or something like that, which is your sort of bit of a crazy life thus far. So you're fully recovered from that, I'm assuming.
Yeah, fully recovered. I've still got pain in my leg and stuff, but it's not going to stop me fighting.
No, definitely not. With things like that, mate, you just have to really try and stay mentally strong. I know you've been through a lot in your past, so you more than anyone's probably able to get over things like that. So that's the main thing to do, mate. Just try and stay mentally strong. Keep training, eating well, and things are going to come your way, aren't they? That's all I can imagine. Yeah. What do you think your future holds? I mean, do you think in the next year you can be sort of fighting for British titles and?
Well, mate, I think I should be one of the names. If I beat this guy over in Belarus that hasn't been announced yet, then I don't see why there's any reason for me not to be in that mix. So we'll see, but only time will tell. You know what I mean? I've been doing quite well recently, so I'm due a fuck up soon.
In regards to everything going on at the moment with the heavyweight division, who would you say is your top three? I always like to ask people that I speak to, who's your top three at the moment in the heavyweight division?
Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte, and it's a hard one, Alexander Usyk.
Really? You would say Usyk?
Yeah, that's my top three.
That's big, mate. I like that. I definitely agree with the top two. I would probably put Joshua third. That's where I would stick Joshua, but I completely agree with the top two, which I probably made clear on all of my posts. Like that.
You're English, but
well, that's the thing, mate. I am into them fighters, to be fair, but I think the heavyweight division at the moment is crazy. I think the British are just taking over, mate. They really are.
Excellent. It's excellent. Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. Man.
If you had the chance, Jay, to basically ask for any fight you could have in the heavyweight division, who would you choose?
I don't know.
Both of you in top form, ready to go, had the perfect camp. Who do you think you could have a real good clash with? A
very entertaining fight. I think the most entertaining fight I can think of is somebody like a Chisora. I love watching Chisora.
Yeah, he's great to watch, isn't he? He's definitely entertaining. I saw he had an interview the other day, and he's kind of against fighting without a crowd there. So I don't think the Usyk fight's going ahead anytime soon. I think that he's got the mentality that they're gladiators. You need a crowd there. What do you think about that, mate? Do you think I mean, I know you're a young guy. You've definitely fought in the smaller halls and so forth before you started getting bigger. Do you think now you could still handle that type of environment, or do you think you would prefer if there was a slightly bigger crowd?
I mean, you always prefer there's a crowd there. It's a hard one because I've not really been in that kind of situation. Do you know what I mean? I never had a lot of amateur fights, and when I did, they weren't championships. They were all club shows where there is noise constantly. But I suppose it's like a spar.
Yeah, it would feel like a spar, wouldn't it? I can imagine that. Yeah, but I definitely think Chisora would. Yourself and Chisora would have an entertaining fight. I think that would be great.
Funny story. I accepted that fight when he fought some Croatian guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you actually got offered the fight?
Fight with Chisora. Yeah. His comeback fight after what was the big loss he had? He had a relatively big loss. I can't really remember off the top of my head, but he had a comeback fight and he was going to have 3 fights before he fought Dillian Whyte. It might have been the fight after Dillian Whyte.
Yeah.
And he fought some Croatian. And I got offered that. for like 3 days' notice, and I was like, I'll take it. And it turns out the guy that already offered it, they took it. So then it happened.
Oh, you're joking. That would have been good, but you never know.
I took the fight with a whiskey in my hand. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, half drunk. Well, I know he's probably got a few more fights in him, I can imagine. I know he stays in shape, Chisora, doesn't he? He definitely stays in shape. I reckon, Jay, about if Joshua and Fury was to clash, where do you stand? I know you've obviously said that Fury's your number one, so it's probably a silly question now. But how do you think that would actually end?
I don't see any way that Joshua beats Fury.
Please mind the gap when alighting from this train.
You think he punches harder than Wilder, Joshua?
No, I don't think so. I think Joshua. Yeah, I'm with you. I definitely think Fury would do the job. I've always had that opinion. It's just all, you know, Joshua is a very hungry guy, and he's a great worker, and he will come to fight. So I love that bout, and that's why everyone wants to see it. I wonder, can he catch Fury, you know, with that big shot? Will Joshua come in like he did against Ruiz in the second fight? But does that even come close to the boxing skills of Fury? They're the question marks around it, aren't they? But I think both of them still kind of got something to prove, because Fury's a fantastic boxer, but like Jeremy Herridge has said in my last interview, you know, there is still question marks because he did absolutely school Wilder. Will that be a consistent thing? Is he going to do that every fight now? Is he going to come in mentally prepared, having the best camp? You know, because I know sometimes he can fall off the wagon sometimes and go the other way. I think they're the question marks. Are they both coming in with perfect preparation?
I think the first, when Fury fell off the wagon after the Klitschko fight, is because his public perception. He was viewed as a villain still, and thought, what else can I do? I've went and beat the man that beat the man, and I'm still the villain. Whereas now he's the hero. And I think that's what fuels him. I think public perception really fuels Tyson Fury. I don't see anybody on the planet that will beat him. I could see him vacating all the belts, letting them all fight for them, and come back and win them again in 5 years.
Yeah.
He's a very, 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 very special talent, Tyson Fury. But
no doubt. I do agree. I think that it will be a very, very big ask for Joshua to beat Fury. But I suppose everyone wants that fight. We both agree that Dillian Whyte's probably second. Do you think that Dillian should get his shot before Joshua and Fury fight, or do you think that he should step aside for the sake of boxing?
Well, why would he step aside for the sake of boxing? All boxing's done is throw him in the trenches, just constantly throw him in the deep end, and he keeps coming back. So I think he does deserve it. He deserves it more than Joshua. I think he's a harder truck than Joshua, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. I think that people are underestimating the entertainment you would get from seeing Fury and Whyte fight. That's a huge fight in itself. Joshua's obviously the slightly bigger name with a slight bigger following than Whyte, but Whyte's certainly got a big following behind him. And I do think that Fury Whyte will bring in as much excitement and entertainment as Joshua and Fury.
Well, as a boxer myself, I would see Fury Whyte much more. I would be much more interested in Fury Whyte than I would Fury Joshua.
Yeah, I think Whyte's boxing ability has grown immensely, and I think that he just wants to show the world that. So it's frustrating, even for someone like myself, who's just a fan of his. You know, it's frustrating that he isn't getting his shot. And you know, I do understand why people want the unification bout to go ahead. But you know, if these two are saying they're the best in the world, then let Dillian, who's been sitting there waiting for his shot, let him have a go first. And then if you're still victorious and you've still got that belt, then you could fight Joshua. If not, then it moves on.
See, I think Joshua wants Dillian Whyte to fight Fury first and just take miles off the clock. You know,
this train is for.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I agree with that, and I don't know how long Fury's going to go on for. Again, I think he said at the end of his last fight that he's got a couple more fights in him. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But the way it goes,
he's got 3 more. He's going to beat Wilder in the third, Whyte, and then Joshua, and then retire.
Oh, really? Yeah. So he's got it completely.
That's what he said. Yeah.
No, I can't wait to see what happens. But there's talks of Fury and Joshua actually talking about that 2-fight deal in 2021. So it's whether or not that's going to happen in between. Obviously, Whyte's got Povetkin coming up. What do you reckon on that then? Do you think Povetkin's going to be a threat to White at all?
I think Povetkin's just shot to pieces. He's fucking 60 years old. He's not shot to pieces now. He was shot to pieces when he fought Joshua. It's just I don't see him being that much a challenge now. I think if you thought 10 years ago, I would have said Povetkin would beat White.
Yeah.
But he's what, 44, 43, something like that.
I think he's 43 now, yeah. So, I think, as I was speaking to someone about this the other day, I think it's a chance for Dillian to look very good. Not that he's not, but he could showcase his skills with someone who will still be seen as a threat because of his power. But as you say, I think he's going to be a little bit more slow than people remember him, sort of the Povetkin from 6-7 years ago. So
you forget, Povetkin was very lucky against Price.
Yeah, Price actually caught him, didn't he?
Had him on his feet, and then he caught him with that left hook through the big overhand right.
Yeah, which is why he's getting these big fights still, isn't it? Because people know he's still that threat, but the right boxer and the person with the right boxing ability is going to be able to keep that at bay and just, I think, capitalise on it and just get the job done. So it's exciting to see. Mate, that's brilliant. I'll let you go because we're breaking up reception.
Yeah, that's it.
See you later, mate. Take care.